Hey, how you doing, gang? And a happy New Year to you. I hope you started off the year right, and let's polish it off and make it a really good one. Because you see, for the next 20, 30, 40 hours on the U's Gotta Be...
Happy New Year!
What are you doing?
It's me, Sven Gooley, and welcome to the new you. We're going to start off the new year... What's wrong?
I'm trying to demonstrate that I'm a nicer, easier-going person. A calmer New Year.
Well, you're in the right place, because we're going to have a calm, fun time with...
The chicken will eat the grilled
Thank you for the donation. With the Munsters here at the Munsterthon, 18 episodes of the Munsters with Lily and Herman. And yes, Grandpa.
In a row.
Yeah.
One right after the other.
First one is My Fair Munster, in which Marilyn, she's the plain one in the family. She gets some help from Grandpa. He mixes up a love potion for her, puts it in an oatmeal, but the rest of the family eats it. It's going to be fun. It's coming up right now.
How long is this going to last?
About 9 hours.
Not in this lifetime, Sally.
No, wait. Hey, there's more of the Munsterthon coming up here. I've got Mort Downey Jr. here. I, of course, am Sven Gooley. And Mort, Marilyn figures prominently, in this episode. So I've got a Munster...
Would you do that to Jackie Gleason?
No, of course not.
He's dead,
That's right. And besides, he's a lot smaller than the coffin. Anyway, there were two Marilyns. One was Beverly Owen, and one was Pat Priest. What I want to know is, in the episodes, which Marilyn came first? Think about that. We'll have the answer in just a few moments. As we continue here.
Can I ever tell them when my show starts, man?
Yeah, we'll tell you.
My new show begins.
Oh, by the way, Mort, we've got to give him the answer to that Munsters trivia question. Who was the first Marilyn? Was it Beverly Owen or Pat Priest? The answer is Beverly Owen. Go ahead, please. Don't let me stop you.
I don't have time right now. When I come back, I can tell them.
Sure. Oh, we'll be back in just a moment.
Okay.
It's all away coming up next on the U on the Munsterthon. Leo DeRocher, the famous Leo DeRocher, is looking for a power hitter for his baseball team. Who's he going to call? Herman.
If he's not on strike like the rest of them over there.
No, he won't.
Am I going to get a chance to tell that my show begins on Channel 26, and it'll be starting on the 16th?
We're out of time. Looking for work and decides to become a fashion model. She always looks to me like Elle McPherson.
Yeah, she looks like Elle.
Hey, too. Guess what time it is, Mort?
Time for another trivia question, right?
How'd you know that? You know everything.
Is anyone winning anything for these trivia questions?
Just the satisfaction of knowing they have knowledge. And here's the question for this half hour. Which Munster starred in over 40 films with people like Bob Hope and John Wayne? Do you know the answer?
Could care less.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you could. And we've got the answer coming up in just a few moments here on the new U, Channel 26, as we kick off more of the Munster.
I know who it is, and I'm willing to tell you. Right?
No, Mort. You keep...
Munster Marathon.
So please, spend your nickels and dimes. No. Actually, we've got the answer to that trivia question. Which one of the Munsters made over 40 motion pictures with people like Bob Hope and John Wayne? The answer is...
Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yvonne DiCarlo, who later went on to host Studs. No, that was Mark
Please.
Well,
why do you bring this down to the place? I want you to be able to participate in Talk for the 21st Century. And that begins on the 16th of January, right here on this station, the new U, 26. It's the Morton Downey Jr. Show. Join me each night, Monday through Friday, from 7 until 8. I want to introduce my friend here, the great Sven Gooley.
Sven Gooley. And you'll see me on Saturday.
Let me tell you something. If you really want to have some fun, you'd like to participate, be a member of our audience for the new Downey Show on the new U, all you have to do is call that number on the screen, all right? We're waiting for you to call right now.
And you'll get a free Flowbee. No, you won't really. Hey, we got a great episode coming up. Grandpa feels unloved and unwanted. I know the feeling.
I'm going out and have some Pepto-Bismol. Hi, welcome to CNN, and let's talk.
No, wait a minute. Get this Lenny King out of here. It's Mort Downey. I'm Sven Gooley, and we've got another Munster trivia question coming up.
Happy New Year. Have you forgotten it's New Year?
Oh, yeah.
What do you care about a trivia question for, huh?
Okay. I'm getting paid for these by the trivia question. Okay, here it is. Al Lewis, Grandpa, once owned which of these? A, Bela Lugosi's Dracula cape, B, an 8-foot python, or C, of 8 pairs of false teeth. Which do you think is the correct answer?
The python. If I had a pitchfork, wouldn't we look like that cereal ad?
Oh, zip it. Listen, the answer to the trivia question is, of course, B, he owned an 8-foot python. He was
the reason I gave the answer earlier is so I'd be able to talk about my new show on the new U, all right? It's on Channel 26, 7 till 8, every single Monday to Friday.
In the Munsterthon, Eddie has a big problem. He's a little short, but I could lend him some money. See, it's coming up in the... We'll be back. In space, it's just the new U. Happy New Year, everybody. It's Sven Gooley and Mort Downey. Of course, this is our new home, Channel 26. Make sure you tune us in. We'll be happy to... Mort? Mort, why do you keep doing that? Got it! What?
My 1000th point of light. That was it. I can be president someday.
Sure you
Remember
can.
the case at 1,000 Points of Light?
And I'm the Queen of England. Listen, coming up, we've got some exciting...
in all likelihood of probability.
We've got the Munsterthon continuing here. In this next episode, Eddie is called Shorty by his friends at school. But Grandpa once again comes to the rescue, and this time he mixes up a potion that's supposed to make him grow, but it has hair-raising results. I'm stretching as fast as I can, Mort, so stay tuned. More of the Munsterthon coming up right here on Channel 26. Don't forget, You Dance with B96 right here. Don't forget, Rockford Files right here. Northern Exposure right here. The Son of Svengoolie, now grown up, and Svengoolie, Saturdays at 5 o'clock right here. Our first movie is Chud. Tell your friends.
Get back! Oh, boy, is it good to be back again.
Well, we were only gone for a few minutes here.
Yes, wait a few minutes over. Will you stop playing with your chicken?
Sorry. It's more Downey and Svengoolie. We've got another Munsters trivia question for you, and this is a little more current for you. For example, Butch Patrick, who played Eddie, was arrested a few years ago right outside Chicago, and I want to know, what was the charge?
Okay, the charge for Butch Patrick was...
$9.95. In Canada, $14.95. It was a charge.
See, because you did that, I'm going to give the reason. Let's be serious and really wish them a Happy New Year, all right? Because a lot of you folks have been with us for more than a couple of hours now, and we appreciate it.
We certainly do, and we hope you'll stay with us through the rest of the year on the U. And now the answer to the question. Butch Patrick, arrested outside Chicago a few years ago for what?
Beating up his limo driver.
He beat up a limo driver. Eddie, Next on the U, more of the Munsterthon. It's really exciting. It's really hip. The Munsters rent out their house to a rock and roll group and then want to come back. And we've got to see if the Munsters, who are so conservative, will get along with those weird people. You know, do I look like Generation X to you?
A little bit more like Preparation H. New you, the new me. We're both on Channel 26, all right? My show begins on the 16th of January. It starts every Monday through Friday night, 7 until 8. Would you like to say something,
I
please?
would certainly like to. In fact, I'm going to be watching more, too. Well, let me tell you about the Munster episode coming up. The Munsters rented a house out to a rock and roll band. Will they be able to coexist? Find out on the Downey Show, January 16th at 7
I'm not
on
telling
the
you
U.
that.
Hey, rock and roll fans, I've got a rock and roll Munsters trivia question for you. You can tell that Mort is excited about this, aren't you? Well, you know music.
I just like the way you dance.
Oh, well, thank you. You should know the answer to this. You know all about music. Here it is. It's a beautiful night. And you know, here's what the question is. Actually, we want to know, Butch Patrick had a song out and a music video a few years ago. It's called Whatever Happened to Eddie. Whoa! Who called me a dip? Anyway, we want to know, what was the tune of it? It's a familiar tune. We'll tell you in a moment. Butch Patrick, he had this tune. It was called Whatever Happened to Eddie. It was to a familiar tune. Do you know what the tune was?
You don't want me to tell it, do you?
Oh, well, no, I'll tell it. It was the Munsters theme. It went, Whatever Happened to Eddie? I can't do any more because I probably have to pay them, you know, the fees and all that. Let's get back to the show, shall we?
No one pays for that. If you've been super glued to your ceiling, you're probably having a great time.
That's the only way, baby. No, actually, there's more fun coming up. Eddie gives Marilyn the ring with a curse. Stay tuned. Wonderful Munsterthon continues right here on the new U, Channel 26. Reprogram your VCR in your cable box so you're always tuned into the U for all the great shows we have here. And Mort, what are you doing?
Mort's back.
Mort's back, and he's back here on the U. Starting January 16th. They'll be on Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. Now let's get on to our next Munsterthon feature. And this one, it's about the Fregosi Emerald. It's a cursed emerald that Eddie gives to Marilyn, and Grandpa warns that it could be the undoing of her because it gives bad luck to whoever wears it.
This is one of my favorite episodes.
Is it really?
This is one of my favorite episodes. I have 6 of the tapes of this at home.
Really? Well, that's amazing. And did you ever wear a cursed emerald?
No, but I've worked with some real idiots.
Really? Would you like to make a list? No, I don't think so. It's the Fregosi Emerald coming up right here on the new U, where you'll see You Dance every weekday at 4:30. Let's dance, Mort. Time for another Munsters trivia question here, and this is a toughie, Mort. I don't know if you're going to be able to get this one, but with your great mind, you will divine the answer, because it's been on a mason jar, and that's a different bit entirely. Anyway, here's the question. Legal problems, you know, we see about bad luck in this thing. Bad luck is the big thing in this episode. Legal problems are bad luck, too, but there were no legal problems with Herman Munster looking exactly like the Boris Karloff Frankenstein monster. We want to know, why no problem? Boris Karloff's son. The answer to the question, why was it okay for Herman to look just like Boris Karloff's Frankenstein monster? Well, both of these things were owned by Universal Studios, which owns the copyright on that Boris Karloff makeup, and you had to have their permission to look like that. Do you have any permission for me to look like this?
I look like that?
Continues in this one. Marilyn becomes a sleeping beauty when Grandpa mixes up some sort of sleeping potion, and it will take only one special thing to cure her. Mort, what are you doing?
I'm playing the part of Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester? No, that's that other show. This is the Munster. Stay tuned, really.
You're wondering what I'm doing here, right?
I was
catching
too.
my hand in my microphone cord.
Wait a minute.
I'm here to tell you about the new Morton Downey Jr. show, all right? It's called Downey, and it begins January 16th right here with you, on you, me and you. Together, it's going to be a killer, so join us 7 to 8 each night, Monday through Friday. Now you can say something.
If you'd like a copy of this editorial, write to Merkel Press. Actually, our next Munsters episode has Marilyn becoming a sleeping beauty, and the only thing that'll wake her up is a kiss from a prince. Here, Prince, Mort Downey, he's here on the U. I'm Sven Gooley, I'm here on the U, and you are watching the Munsterthon, where we've got another, guess what?
Trivia question.
Don't sound so excited. Here's the trivia question. Which one of the Munsters actually had a parent who was treasurer of the United States? You might remember this from dollar bills. Stay tuned.
I've seen it on the...
Pat Priest, who was Marilyn, her mother, Ivy Baker Priest, was a treasurer of the United States. You can see it right on those dollar bills many years ago. Right, Mort?
595-2960. That is the number you call if you want tickets to the Downey Show, right here on 26. So give me a call now, will you please?
Having marital problems, I want you to say, who do they call? Dr. Jekyll or Dr. Ruth? Dr. Warman here. Hey, welcome to the new year.
Happy New Year.
It's Mort Downey, everybody. And I'm Sven Gooley, and we've got more of the Munsterthon coming up. This is a serious issue in this one, Mort.
This one, okay.
It's very serious. Herman goes to the office party, has a few drinks, gets home a little too late.
Does it have anything to do with sexual harassment?
No. Well, let's face it, Lily is no Demi Moore. But anyway, she locks Herman out of the bedroom, and there's going to be marital problems with the Munsters this time around in an episode we like to call...
This was such raucous stuff.
Oh, you know, back in the 60s, I'll tell you. And they slept in coffins. I don't understand. Well, I do understand that, actually, because that's part of it. Right here on the U, it's Love Locked Out, brought to you by Mort Downey, whose Downey Show starts on January 16th. Write that down, won't you? No, not you. You know where it is.
I'd like to give you the telephone number if you'd like to have tickets and participate in the audience. All over America they're writing. And the number to call is 595-2960. Give us a call Monday through Friday. We'll take your calls, and you'll get your tickets. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you first. No, please.
Okay, another trivia question. You ready? Because I love trivia. You see, I'm having a great time. I'm stuck around today just to be here for the trivia. Tell them what it is.
Okay. Now, you see, they're having medical problems here, and if they split up, who will give custody of their pet? You're probably wondering, wait a minute, the pet. Their pet who lived under the stairs and breathed fire, what was their pet's name? Do you know, Mort? Do you know the way to San Jose?
Neil Saban.
No. We'll
when
give you the answer in a moment. Question, what's the name of the Munsters fire-breathing pet who lives under the stairs? Why, of course, it's Spot.
Yeah, my agent just called.
Your agent? Why?
Yeah, because they said doing this show with you, my career was going down faster than...
Oh, boy. See you in the editing room. So long.
Here, everybody. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
Next up on you on the Munsterthon, Herman goes to college to straighten out tuition problems for Marilyn and ends up being scouted for basketball. Maybe they thought he was wearing a mask like Will Perdue.
You were probably... I thought you scouted for the Apache Indians the way you look today. You kidding me?
Plenty bad chemotherapy. Keep Big Herman starts right here on January 16th on the U. Make sure that you tune in 7 o'clock on Monday night. Yes, go ahead.
I finally get a chance to say something.
I am more than proud
of it. Leave me with that.
I personally would not stop you from saying anything, like about the next episode where Marilyn's tuition isn't paid.
Send for your Karen Carpenter doll.
and Herman goes up to the school and gets scouted for the basketball team. It's pretty exciting, and it's coming up right now.
2960 if you want to be in my
Social Security number. What?
I'll tell you something, honestly. I have a daughter. Many of you kids at home have children of your own. I understand that nowadays. I have a daughter who's 15 months old in a couple of days. I wouldn't let her watch this.
But maybe she could answer this trivia question here. It's a very simple one for many people. Which one of the Munsters actually graduated from Harvard? Harvard, you heard of that? University? Big place? Got doors and mortarboards?
I'm trying to think of which one of them possibly could have graduated from college.
The answer will become, maybe it's your daughter.
Teddy Kennedy.
That's the wrong question, but it's the right answer. Congratulations.
Munster. I was thinking Munster.
Which Munster graduated from Harvard? None other than Herman Fred Gwynn. He was an amazing man. He wrote books and
a brilliant guy and a very
did a lot
nice
of cartoons.
Guy.
He was a nice guy.
Very nice guy.
A great movie star.
Shows with him.
And I don't have anything else. Lily secretly gets a job, and Herman suspects she's going out to meet with another man.
Like tomorrow's Jenny Jones show.
You got it.
Boy, I can't figure out what... Oh, hello there, it's me, Sven Gulli, here on the New You. Make sure that you reprogram your remote so you're always watching WCIU, the New You, Channel 26. We're happy to be here. And look, we're in English. Yes, we're here in English. And we've got more of the Munsterthon coming up for you here. Now, this is really exciting. More turmoil in the Munster household. Lily thinks that Herman is out of money, so she secretly gets a job and sneaks out every day after he goes to work, and then before he comes home, she comes home. And then Herman gets wind of it, and he thinks that maybe she's having an affair. It's called Herman's Rival, and it's right here. And now, wait a minute. Whatever happened to Mort?
I'm making a comeback as his second banana. This is called a career builder. Next time I'm going to come back as a lumpy bowl of gravy. Who cares? I mean, you got to come back, you got to come back. But I want to come back as a talk show host, and I want to be on Channel 26 like you.
Watch the episode.
That's what I wait for all day long. I came up here to spend my new year right here in the studio, the home the Munsters built.
You know, he loves me. And we all love Al Lewis, who plays Grandpa. Now, he starred in another TV show with Fred Gwynn. I want to know what that show was and what Al Lewis's character name was in that other show. I'll bet you know the answer.
My cousin Vinny.
No, that was a
He played Vinny.
No, it was... No? We'll have the answer coming up here. No, see, that's a movie. This is TV. It's TV movie.
2-595-2960. That's the number to call if you'd like to be a member of the Downing audience. Come on down. Be in our show live. Go ahead.
So don't forget, call before midnight tonight. The answer to our question, Al Lewis starred with Fred Gwynn in Car 54, Where Are You? And, of course, he played the lovable officer Leo Schnauzer.
I never get my stuff in. I never get my stuff
in. What? I gave you a chance. What, we got more monsters coming up here. He's just beside himself with joy. And in this next one, Herman thinks he's going to be a movie star. No. It's just been a few hours. Herman thinks he's going to be a movie star.
11 days I've been standing
Actually,
here
con men
doing the
are trying to get him to do like these stunts, and they're going to collect the insurance.
How about I drop you on your head? You to you, and I hope you're having a great one and enjoying yourselves with us here on the Munster Marathon on the New You, Channel 26. Which reminds me to tell you, the Downing Show begins January 16th right here, right where you're tuned now, from 7 till 8 each night, Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 595-2960, and you can be part of the audience.
And now you can be part of more fun on the Munsterthon. Herman thinks he's going to be a movie star, but he could end up doing dangerous stunts that could get him killed. Stay tuned. Trivia question here, Mort.
This time I'm not going to interfere because I know the answer because I did a lot of movies with these folks.
Well, yeah, Mort, of course, is appearing in the new Rockford shows, too, so don't forget that. And anyway, here's the question. Fred Gwynn, of course, played Herman, but he also did really become a movie star, unlike Herman in this episode. He was in My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci, but he went back to his horror movie roots when he was in what movie? Have you got the answer? Think about it. Fred Gwynn was in what?
Double your value if you guess the year.
Oh, yeah. I do have the answer to that. The trivia question, of course, what horror movie was Fred Gwynn in? He was in Stephen King's Pet Cemetery, and some nasty things happened to him.
Actually, I buried you with your pet there.
Well, actually, yeah. My rubber chicken and I will be coming out of the coffin every Saturdays between 5 and 7 right here. Our first movie will be located in Mockingbird Heights, and it all comes about because of something that the monsters find way down deep in their basement.
Your low ratings. Well, what's your real accent?
My real accent? I don't speak with an accent. You do. What, are you kidding me? Anyway, listen, coming up now on the Munsterthon, it's pretty exciting because we've got Grandpa Herman going deep into the dungeon, finding a secret treasure map that indicates that somewhere in Mockingbird Heights there is hidden pirate treasure, and they're out to find it. Have you ever looked for hidden treasure anywhere?
Yeah, but I sure didn't find it here, did I?
Well, I've got a sunken chest, if that helps at all. But I don't know. Anyway, the Munsterthon continues right here on the U, where you will see Mort Downey starting on January the 16th.
January 16th.
7 o'clock, Monday through Friday, right here on the U.
And here's the telephone number for you, 312-595-2960, if you'd like to be part of the audience. We'd love to have you there. When I go forward, you go forward.
Oh, thanks. Hi. Oh, that's Channel 66 now. This is the New You, Channel 26, where we have, guess what?
Navidad.
It's a little late.
Happy New Year, baby. Happy New Year.
Here's the trivia question for this part of the show, and this is an easy one because they mention it in a lot of the episodes. You see them looking around the neighborhood for the treasure.
You got 9 seconds to tell them.
I can tell it. We want to know, what's the address of the Munster's house? It's in a lot of episodes. Stay tuned for the answer. To the Munster household, I think most of you probably got the answer to this. What is the Munster's address? It's 1313 Mockingbird Lane. They mentioned it a lot in this show. And there's more of the Munsterthon coming up here. Don't forget, Mort and my favorite episode coming up at 5 o'clock. Stay tuned. There's more fun. He knew it. He knew it. Come on. Fun coming up next in the Munsterthon here on the U when Eddie is forced to play the trumpet, but he's got no musical talent. So Grandpa ends up... What are you doing?
Saying hello to my friend.
Oh, anyway, he's got a friend? Anyway, Grandpa helps him out. Stay tuned for more of this. Who is that?
You got it.
Back again on the U, Mort Downey, and of course me, Sven Gould. You'll see me Saturdays at 5 o'clock here on the U. Yes?
Oh, I was just going to say you can catch the new Downey show, all right here in Chicago on your new U, Channel 26, 7 to 8 each night, Monday through Friday. Join us.
I hope that you will. And join us now for another Munsters episode. Herman insists that Eddie has to learn to play the trumpet, but he's driving the family crazy with his practicing, so old Grandpa once again horns in.
This is one of the funniest New Year's I've ever spent in my life.
Continue with another trivia question. I know it's your favorite, Mort. This is a good one. Eddie in this episode has no hidden musical talent, but two of the cast members, Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn, did have one hidden talent that they both shared. Can you tell me what it is? Or could you at least get a manicure, perhaps? I don't know. Anyway, what hidden talent was shared by both Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn? We'll have the answer coming up right here on the U as the Munsterthon continues. Have you got a file that Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn both had this hidden talent, which they didn't keep hidden because they both wrote children's books. They both published children's books. And in fact, Fred Gwynn was a great cartoonist and illustrated a lot of them, too.
That's really swell.
I knew you'd enjoy it. Should we get back to more of this fine episode?
This is one of my fun days.
Herman Munster gets caught in one of Grandpa's machines and ends up looking like a human being. Isn't that awful?
You say to yourself, so this is what the New Year's all about. Sven Gould and Morton Downey Jr.
I can imagine somebody getting up now and saying, boy, Regis and Kathy Lee look terrible.
They're going to say, wow, I really shouldn't have had that much to drink last night. But did you have a happy New Year's?
I hope so. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
Hope you have a very successful year right here on the U when his show begins on January the 16th. Monday night at 7 o'clock. Make sure that you're there.
Got all the information
to see that. And I've got information about our next episode. In this one, Herman Munster ends up in one of Grandpa's machines. He gets zapped, and he ends up looking like a normal human being. It's actually a chance for you to see Fred Gwynn during that time period without makeup. That was an easy day for him. What's it like to never wear makeup? I wonder. I remember, well...
Are you ever going to tell anyone what our favorite episodes are?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, coming up at 5 o'clock, stay tuned, because from 5 to 6, it's more straight my favorite episodes.
Because I want to go home and watch those.
You'll get a chance. This one certainly applies to me, I think. You know, the Munsters, all the cast members had to get made up for every episode.
Why didn't you get some makeup done?
Well, we can't afford that here, I'm sorry. Anyway, here's the question. How much time did each of the Munsters altogether have to spend in makeup for each 30-minute episode? Is it A, 30 minutes, B, 8 hours, or C, 18 hours? You make your choice. We'll be back with the answer. Ooh. And, of course, Mort is C, 18 hours.
Yeah, but wait, whoa. Just a second. 18 hours, that means all of them put together, their time added up.
Right, yes, for each 30 minutes.
Once you design the makeup, you can almost put it on there with no problem.
Or was it 18 hours? That was a kind of girdle that the Von de Carlo wore. I don't know. The 18 hour... Go back.
Here to you. Happy New Year. How much time you got?
Not much. Anyway, coming up next in the Munsterthon here on the U, it's Sunday. Herman Munster ends up in his fuel funny car drag strip, going through and doing... It's a
Herman Munster in what, drag?
No, drag strip. Hot Rod Herman coming up. Episode we've got coming up here on the U.
I'm starting to like you, and that's making me nervous.
That's making me nervous, too.
I've been here a lot.
In this one, you're going to see both of the famous Munster cars, in one where Herman has to put the car on the line in a big match race against one of Eddie's friend's father, who happens to be a championship drag strip driver, and that's coming up here in Hot Rod Herman. And you see the two cars, the Munster coach and the Dragula, right here as the Munsterthon continues on the U. Who likes me, really?
Well, maybe you can tell me. Who designed the Munster cars?
Why, what a surprise. It's the trivia question for this half hour.
You're kidding.
We've got the Dragula and the Munster coach, two very famous cars that have still probably toured around car shows, and a very famous designer.
Still touring now?
Yeah, sure. You go to auto shows, you still see those, and the Batmobile and the Monkeymobile, which this guy also designed. Hint, hint.
I know who it is.
Find out who it is. Stay tuned right here on the U. More with me and my pal Mort.
Don't forget mine.
See a question. Designer.
Chuck Barris.
No, not Chuck Barris, George Barris. He designed the Monkey Mobile, Adam West's Batmobile, and the two Munster cars that you see right in this episode. And if you go to auto shows, even today, you'll see them on display. It's exciting.
Barris.
Chuck Barris. Oh,
You won the
Gong Show.
98
All right.
cent
Oh.
beauty.
Favorite episode of the Munsters on the Munsterthon here on the U. Are you ready for this one, Mort?
I'm ready for it. Is that the one where Herman becomes the singer?
Yeah, stay tuned.
You'll love this one.
We enter the final hour of our Munsterthon. It's time for Mort's favorite episode. This is a good one, isn't it?
Not really, but I had to pick something to be my favorite.
Exactly. In this one, Herman records a song on a tape recorder that Eddie borrowed from a disc jockey's son. And when that disc jockey, who's played by Gary Owens, by the way, from Laughing with his...
No kidding.
Oh,
Gary's
yeah.
still around, huh?
He's still, well, back then in the 60s he was. And he hears it, and it becomes a big hit. And guess
I
who
love
the
Gary Owens.
mystery singer is?
He's old in the 40s, man. What's going on here?
And Herman sings Dry Bones, but nobody knows that it's
One
him
of my
singing.
favorites was that. Them bones, dry bones, them bones, dry bones,
If you get near the song, would you sing it? Okay, so anyway, it's coming up here on the Munsterthon. More fun for you right
Don't
here
rush
on the
through.
U.
You got 30 seconds to stretch this out.
Okay. So how's the family?
You got 10. Good.
Good. Okay.
Shauna Michaela's at home. Laurie's
That's
at home.
nice.
And I'm going home to watch my favorite episode right here on the new
Stay here,
U.
because here it is.
This is the last time anyone will ever see the Munsters. Today, it's the last time it's ever going to be seen again.
Well, not really.
Well, no, it is. It really is.
You.
Huh?
It'll be on the U.
Well, you kidding?
No, we're going to keep running
I
it.
thought Cosby brought up these.
No, 7 o'clock on Saturday night. So, and I got a trivia question. We're so good about the trivia question. Let's do a Mort trivia question. What Chicago radio station did Mort work at in the early 80s? If you know the answer, I know you do. Stay tuned. If not, we'll tell you. A trivia answer. In the early 80s, Mort worked at
WMAQ with some of the greats. Drew Hayes, Bill Gamble, Chet Kopic.
Chet Kopic.
Oh.
Ooh, that's even scarier than the
Oh,
Munster.
what an egomaniac. Where are you, Chet, today?
Oh, we're glad to have you here on the U. Stay tuned, more Munster. Coming up next on the U, we're going to wind up the Munsterthon, and this time it's my favorite episode in which Eddie becomes really thrilled about a TV horror movie host. Can you believe that?
No.
Well, it happens, and it's going to happen right here as we continue with the Munsterthon here on the U. Gee, I wonder if it's me or else.
Come on.
All right, listen. We're going to wind up the Munsterthon with my favorite episode. It's called Zombo, and in this, Eddie is just decided he's got a new hero, and it's a TV horror show host named Zombo. And Herman starts to wonder a little bit if that's a good idea. Now, having been around me, don't you think it'd be a great idea for your kids to idolize a TV horror show host?
Mark? I think I'd get rid of my kid real quick. That'd be the end of my kid.
Let's wind it up with Zombo here on the U with you.
Really all day long so I could learn how to do this kind of stuff. So I know how to kind of
sure,
do
go ahead.
the bit. Yeah. So it's now time for a Svengoolie trivia question. All right?
Okay.
I'm going to ask you the question. You're going to have some time to answer it, but think about it. Give us a call. Who was Svengoolie's piano player?
That's a good question. I know the answer.
I don't think you do.
Yes, I do. And he's going to be on our new show starting Saturdays at 5 o'clock, but we'll have the answer coming
Every Saturday at 5 o'clock on the new U.
The answer is Doug.
Wait a second. We asked you a trivia question. A lot of you stupidly tried to call us because I said to call, right? What are you, stupid? You can't call. Tell them who was.
The answer is Doug Graves, and Doug will be tickling the ivories once again on the Svengoolie Show here on the...
Come to an end. Unfortunately, some of them never should have started.
Mort, thanks a lot for showing up here. Happy New Year to you. We'll be watching for your show
Been a real
January the
pleasure.
16th. I'm sure it has. Right here. Listen, tomorrow we're doing a Leave It to Beaver marathon starting at 8:30. How about if you and I host it together, huh?
Call my...
No, really. It'll be...